Yeah, that's going on there.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Hello, Steve here from Gigslutz and MTM.tv. I've got Skip and Di here in Cargo down in Shoreditch. We've got Kata and Yure from the band. Please meet us.
Yeah.
How are we doing? So yeah, it's the first time over in the UK, I do believe. Is that correct?
It is,
Yeah.
and we're extremely excited.
Yeah. So a bit of background on your band as well, because I was reading a little bit about the history of how he's all got together. It's quite an interesting story. It's not your usual mates in a bedroom in a garage getting down there and putting a record together, is it? You've come from quite yeah. So give us a bit of background about how he's actually got together.
Well, it kind of actually did happen in Yure's bedroom.
Oh, there you go. Do we need to know the details of this? Or?
Well, I'm originally from South Africa, but I was living in Amsterdam, and Yure and I met because I was rehearsing with a previous band in his home studio in Amsterdam. So then we just hooked up and decided, hey, we actually want to work together.
Yeah.
And that's where the magic started.
That's where the magic started.
Yeah, bedrooms and magic.
We took it out of the bedroom and then
onto the stage.
Sounds very interesting. I'll have to be looking forward to seeing
to
tonight.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Have you been over to South Africa to play?
Yeah, we actually recorded our album in South Africa.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. So we spent. I think I was there for about 2 months. But Yure and I spent about 20 days together. 10 days in the Cape and 10 days in Joburg.
Okay.
And around there, and Soweto and stuff. And we hooked up with a lot of other South African musicians.
Cool.
With a lot of different guys. Like we played with the marimba band.
Yeah.
We played with some real like artsy soundscape kids, and so you can hear that on the album. It's a really diverse, which we're not trying to stick to one genre. We're just trying to break certain barriers and just using whatever we enjoy on the album.
Yeah, there's a bit of everything in there, really. Like, I mean, if you write it down on a piece of paper, the type of music that's going in there, you would think, well, that's not going to work. But like bizarrely, it does really, really well. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so like, what were your sort of influences to get you into sort of that sort of stuff? What did you listen to when you were sort of growing up and when you were making the album as well?
Yeah, so much different stuff actually.
Yeah.
For us, it was just like going on a musical adventure and just having a lot of fun and collaborating with all these different artists.
Yeah.
And when we were in South Africa, we didn't have like a clear view of what the album would be like, but we just recorded with everyone and just came home with a lot of different stuff. And then we started to get a feel of direction, and we started to play live more and added the percussionist to the band. So that's when like the whole sound came together.
Yeah.
But obviously we're listening to from really like dark cold techno stuff to African beats, and it's all over the place.
Rock, everything, bit of everything in there.
I mean, we're like 90s kids, so we grew up with listening to a lot of hip hop, a lot of
proper hip hop when it was proper.
like a real hip hop, Grave Diggers and stuff like that. That's also where our base, and Yure has also a base in like hip hop music, the cut up aesthetic.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of that kind of feel in the music, not necessarily hip hop, but the cut up kind of thing, like mixing the genres, mixing the beats. But I've also been inspired by bands like Manu Chao, who also sing in a lot of different languages. Yeah. He's lived in so many different countries, so I feel really close to that kind of stuff. Okay. So we have a broad background of
and it should
music.
have like a bit of a punk energy.
Totally,
yeah. I listened to the sound check before, and there's definitely a bit of that in there. I mean, I was like just sitting on the table there. What sort of spoke to mind with me was like the MIA second album. Like there seemed to be a lot of that. Like that's what initially when I thought was like that record playing or something in the bar when I walked in. So look, she's got a lot of the sort of same beats in there and of live drums and stuff. Yeah, but the stage setup seems very interesting as well. Seeing like a sitar getting wheeled in there at some point as well. How do you manage to like play all that on the stage, man? Just like people playing different instruments as well, just pick them all up.
Yeah, we're lucky. Like we've like these are all our friends, and we've decided to like join forces together, and we have Daniel who plays the sitar, who plays the sass, he plays, every string instrument there is. He just like, if we have this idea like, oh, that would sound amazing, he can just pick it up and play it. So we're very blessed with having such a a fun team that we can just express our musical taste within this team.
Yeah, cool. And allegedly there's like a bit of a political element to the music as well. Would you say so?
Yeah, well, I guess, you know, because we recorded the album in townships, and it's like a lot of the music we get inspiration comes from the favelas and stuff like that. So you know, when you're traveling there and seeing all those places, I mean, it's in a way it's a logical thing to like
seeps into the music.
Yeah, and it's about, you know, having an open mind. You know, like people should get free and dance.
Yeah, I think a lot of the beats that that inspire us and that turns us on are beats that come from places in which there's some kind of friction within the community, or some kind of friction, or a reason to be liberated from something. And I mean, look around you. The world is fucked. So to not say anything political in your music, I mean, it's just a waste of time for me. I come from a very social activist family background. I come from South Africa, which is a country that's always been in conflict. So for me to just write love songs and pop songs would be bullshit.
Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just a natural. It's just the way that we write song is just an expression of how we see the world and our place in the world. So that's what comes out.
Yeah, excellent. I like that. Good. So what's been the highlight so far of like when you've got the band together? I know this is your first time over here, but you've been selling out shows all over Europe and stuff like that, haven't you? So yeah, what do you sort of highlight thus far?
Well, I mean, the album only came out like 1.5 months ago, so there's lots of things are about to happen which are very exciting.
Okay, do you want to give us a taste of what that might be? Or
well, you know, it's festivals in France, and you know, we're going to Spain, and we're just going to travel out, have a lot of fun. But we played the Lowlands Festival. It's like a major festival in Holland.
That's right. Yeah.
And we played it even before the album got released. Yeah. You know, and it was like a full room, and everybody was going wild to it. So
I remember when that was on, because I was at Pukkelpop Festival at the same time. I think it was the same weekend, and we couldn't score any pills over there because everyone was knocking them out at Lowlands Festival. I was good. Might have to cut that one out in case my mum watches. I've never been to Lowlands, but I think I might go next time. It was saying like all the madheads were going there, and like I was at Pukkelpop, and you know it was good as what it was. But you know what I mean? It seemed like that was the place where everyone was like, go Lowlands, go Lowlands.
It was a crazy festival and a crazy show. Like half of us nearly passed out because it was so hot and everyone was going crazy. And at a certain point, I went into the crowd.
Oh yeah.
And everyone they did a sit down. It was crazy. So I went into, and you could see just like until the end of the big tent, like everyone just sat down. And then I jumped up again, and the guys brought the beat back in. Yeah. And everyone jumped, and there was like major mosh pits and stuff. So it was awesome.
Awesome, brilliant, man. Really oh, cool. Might have to get some of that going later on tonight in here, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's great. So what's going to be next over these parts for you? Do you have any more plans in the UK, or so just wait and see what comes on that front?
For now, this is just our first gig, and we definitely hope to play more, obviously. But we're going to next week. We're going to Germany, German tour, and then the rest of Europe, kind of. So France.
Good stuff. Well, next time you're over, you'll have to give us a shout. And we'll go for a pint. Yeah. All right. Have a day. Thanks very much for your time. Anyway, cheers. Skip and die, everybody. Cheers. Nice one.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. That's all right.